Hello everyone, welcome back to our online lessons. In the previous video of the beautiful chess moves, we had the chance to see the beauty of the chess that was played by old players in the previous century. In this video, I would like to share with you a couple of examples of the modern chess. How the players these days do sacrifices. In the first example, this is the game that one of the greatest player ever played with white, Garry Kasparov, former world champion. Garry Kasparov was the youngest one that became a world champion among all of them. He was age 22. He was playing this game against also former world champion Veselin Topalov. In this moment, Garry decides to go for stunning sacrifices. He captures rook d4. He just gave the rook for the pawn. In order to open and to bring the king, black king, out to make king hunting. Black, of course, captured the rook, otherwise, if exchange the queens, white will just beat a clear pawn down in the endgame, and I'm sure that for Garry that would be easy task to manage to win. Black captures the rook, and here comes another wonderful move of Garry. Rook e7, one more rook for free. Rook e7 check. Basically, black is forced to move king away. In the game, black played king b6. Let's take a look. What would happen if queen captures this rook? Can you find the mate? Force mate of white here, just a couple of moves. It will happen, queen captures d4 check, king has to go to b8, queen b6. Thanks to this lovely bishop, hidden bishop who controls important square c8, the king cannot move. Black is now reaching checkmate. In case that queen interpose, mate will be in 1, knight c6. If bishop interpose, mate will be in 2, knight c6 check, king a8 and queen a7 mate. Lovely way to give mate. Go a little bit back because in the game, black didn't capture the rook, black moved the king. A move like rook d7 or knight d7 interposing would be just very bad for black because white will capture, black win for free thanks to pin in this case. In the game, Topalov moved king b6, Garry captures queen d4 check, king captures a5, b4, king a4, and here very lovely move again from Garry. Sometimes silent but very powerful move. It's nice thing to do. Queen c3, defending pawn on a3, threatening queen b3 check and completely stalemate the king. White is still down material, but black king is very hard to defend. Game continue on, but later on Garry managed to win, and these sacrifices became one of the very famous, and you can find this in many chess books, articles, and so on. In the next example, we have the game played by Hikaru Nakamura, USA player, the best blitz and bullet player of the world, currently also one of the top players in the classical chess. In this moment, the last move of white was some unpleasant discovery attack. Black queen is hanging, black bishop, also black rook, so it seems that black is facing some issue, but not Hikaru, because here he finds a really brilliant way to win the game. Again, we have king hunting, queen f2 check. Out of nowhere, black sacrificed the queen, because it seems so that black doesn't have so many pieces around white king, but every rule has excuse. King has to capture, otherwise if king just move away, white will lose the bishop, and without a piece on such a level it's impossible to play the game. King capture, bishop c5 check, king f3 the only move, rook f6 check. Everything goes like a poetry after this. King has to go up, king g4, knight e5 check. Now we have cooperation of two rooks, two bishops and knight. and king is basically impossible to escape of this. In the game, white play king g5. If rook captures the knight, it wouldn't help white much because black has this lovely involved bishop intermediate move, bishop c8 check. After king h4, rook takes rook, and white won't be able to defend mate with rook h6. In the game, white tried with king g5, rook g6 check, king h5, and again this silent, quiet, lovely move, which is not check, but it's extremely powerful. This is the move f6, Hikaru play, and he's threatening rook h6, mate in one. Basically, white doesn't have much to do. He tried to give this rook, rook e5, rook captures e5 check, king h4, and again bishop c8. White resigned because there is no way to defend the rook h6 mate. He could only prolong like g4 or something, but I'm sure you can see here how can black gives mating too. In the next example, we have the position from the game played by Jan Nepomniachtchi. He is the Russian player, member of Olympic team, and one of the top 5 players in the world, according to the rating list. So he's really one of the strongest player nowadays. And he was white, and this is not very hard to see and to spot the solution, but it's very beautiful mate. He gave queen g7 check. A lot of queen sacrifices we see these days. Bishop captures, pawn captures check, king moves to g8, the only move, and knight h6 mate. As I said in the previous video, it's really, really lovely feeling to win the game in such a way. In the next example, next position, we have, it was played by Alexander Grishchuk, also one of the top players these days. He's in the top 10 on the world. And he's also the player who really, really is getting in time trouble. It's very symptomatic for him, but the more he has time trouble, the better chess he plays. So this is interesting fact about him. Can you spot the sacrifice of white and brilliant way to give checkmate to black king? You can pause and find, but I'm sure you can easily find this. So the move is queen captures h7 check. King has to take, otherwise if king moves to f8, it would be immediately mate in one. King captures the queen, rook h4 check, king g8, and here comes rook h8 mate. And for the last, very nice game, very important game. This was played between Magnus Carlsen and Sergei Karyakin in the World Champion match 2016. This was the last game in tiebreak. And with this game, Carlsen retained his title. So it couldn't be better than to finish the match with a wonderful move. Really, really stunning. Can you find what Magnus played here? Basically, this is mate in 2. Queen h6 check. One more amazing sacrifice of the queen. Karyakin resigned. In case the king takes, it would be mate in 1. This way, rook h8. If pawn captures, white would give mate, rook f7. Lovely, really lovely mate, lovely way to finish the championship match in such a way, and to be sure that this game will be recorded for the chess history forever. I hope you liked those moves, and thank you for watching. Hopefully see you soon.